Story 1. The Abyssal Descent. The submarine, USS Delphius, was a formidable vessel, designed to explore the unfathomable depths of the ocean. Its crew of seasoned submariners embarked on a mission to chart uncharted territories, venturing into the mysterious abyss. Little did they know that their journey would lead them to an unimaginable horror, a nightmare from which they would struggle to escape. As the Delphius descended deeper into the watery abyss, the crew marveled at the eerie beauty surrounding them. Bioluminescent organisms painted the dark waters with flickering hues of blue and green, casting an ethereal glow on the sub's metal hull. Captain Anderson, a veteran of numerous underwater expeditions, led the crew with a mix of determination and caution. He had witnessed the wonders and dangers of the ocean firsthand, always wary of its unpredictable nature. But as the submarine ventured further into uncharted depths, something inexplicable occurred. The navigational systems malfunctioned, causing the Delphius to veer off course. Panic rippled through the crew as they realized they were adrift, lost in the vast expanse of the ocean. Frantic attempts to re-establish communication with the surface proved futile. The crew's only solace was the faint hum of the submarine's engines and the eerie silence of the deep. Hours turned into days, and the crew's sense of isolation intensified. As they navigated through the darkness, a sense of foreboding settled upon them. Strange noises reverberated through the hull, whispers of the unknown that echoed through the narrow passageways. The crew exchanged wary glances, their imagination running wild with the possibilities of what lurked beyond their steel cocoon. Days turned into weeks, and the crew's morale deteriorated. Sleepless nights haunted by the unknown horrors of the deep took their toll. The once confident submariners now trembled at the mere creaks and groans of the submarine, fearing it might reveal an unwelcome intruder. Their descent led them to a desolate trench, where the pressure of the ocean bore down upon them like a vice. The crew's nerves frayed, their minds tormented by visions of monstrous creatures lurking just beyond the reach of their dimmed floodlights. And then it happened. The sonar operator detected an unusual echo, a deep and resonating sound that pierced the sub's hull. As if responding to a hidden call, a colossal shape materialized from the murky depths, eclipsing the feeble lights of the submarine. The crew gasped in horror as the creature revealed itself. It was a behemoth of nightmarish proportions, its jagged teeth gleaming in the meager light. The monstrosity circled the Delphius, its size and power overwhelming. Panic swept through the crew as they realized the creature's malicious intent. Desperate to survive, the crew engaged in a harrowing battle of wits and technology. They maneuvered the submarine with precision, utilizing every available resource to evade the creature's relentless pursuit. But no matter their efforts, the creature's intelligence and malevolence outmatched them at every turn. The days turned into a blur of fear and desperation as the crew fought for their lives. The submarine's hull groaned under the relentless pressure, threatening to crush them within its merciless grip. Yet, they clung to hope, refusing to succumb to the despair that threatened to consume them. In a final act of defiance, the crew launched a series of powerful torpedoes, hoping to deter the creature's onslaught. The explosive force shook the depths, unleashing a maelstrom of destruction. The creature, wounded but far from defeated, retreated into the inky blackness, its final cries echoing through the submarine. As the Delphius resurfaced, battered and scarred, the crew emerged into the light of day, forever changed by their nightmarish ordeal. They had glimpsed the true horrors that lay hidden beneath the ocean's depths, and the scars they carried would forever serve as a reminder of their indomitable spirit in the face of the abyss. The lost submarine and its crew returned to a world unaware of the horrors they had witnessed. They became whispers of legends, their story overshadowed by the ocean's eternal mystery. But within the depths of their souls, they knew the truth, the terrifying secrets that lurked beneath the surface, waiting to ensnare those who dared to venture into the abyss. Story 2. The Forgotten City. Beneath the rolling waves, in the depths unknown to most, lay the forgotten remains of an ancient underwater city. Its crumbling structures and ghostly silence told a tale of a civilization lost to time. The ocean whispered secrets of the past, as if beckoning the curious to venture into its mysterious realm. But little did they know that within the abandoned city, an unspeakable horror awaited, ready to prey upon the unsuspecting souls who dared to intrude. It began with a group of daring explorers, driven by their insatiable curiosity to uncover the city's enigmatic history. Equipped with specialized diving gear and a thirst for adventure, they descended into the abyssal depths, drawn towards the ruins that lay hidden beneath the waves. The underwater city appeared as a labyrinth of corroded buildings and ornate sculptures, now covered in a thin layer of algae and barnacles. Swirling currents weaved through the deserted streets, as if guiding the explorers towards their impending doom. As they ventured deeper into the city, the water grew darker and colder. The beams of their powerful underwater flashlights illuminated the eerie remnants of what once thrived. Empty doorways stood like silent sentinels, guarding secrets lost to time. Suddenly, a chilling moan echoed through the murky depths, sending shivers down their spines. They exchanged anxious glances, their hearts pounding within their chests. Was it merely the sound of the ocean playing tricks on their minds, or something far more sinister? Ignoring the growing unease, the group pressed on, unable to resist the allure of unraveling the city's secrets. They entered a grand hall, its high ceilings adorned with intricate carvings that had survived the ravages of time. A sense of foreboding hung heavy in the air, as if the spirits of the lost inhabitants watched their every move. As they delved deeper into the hall, a series of disturbing murals revealed themselves. Vivid depictions of monstrous sea creatures entwined with human figures adorned the walls, their unsettling gaze seemingly following the explorers. Each image told a macabre tale of terror, hinting at the monstrous horror that lurked within the city's forgotten depths. A low, guttural growl reverberated through the water, the source obscured by the decaying walls. Panic seized their hearts as they frantically searched for an escape route, but the city seemed to shift and morph, confounding their every attempt. In the blink of an eye, the explorers found themselves trapped within a labyrinthine maze of crumbling corridors. Shadows danced eerily along the walls, whispering promises of doom and despair. The haunting growls grew louder, resonating with an otherworldly power that threatened to consume them. In a desperate bid to survive, the explorers split up, their voices lost in the oppressive silence. One by one, they fell victim to the lurking terror. The waters turned red, tainted by their blood, as the ancient horror claimed its prey. Only one explorer remained, their heart racing with a mixture of terror and determination. They stumbled upon a chamber, its walls adorned with cryptic symbols and sacrificial altars. Dread filled their soul as they realized the true nature of the city and its monstrous inhabitants. With a final surge of courage, the lone survivor made a solemn vow to escape the cursed city and reveal its secrets to the world. But as they swam towards the surface, the city seemed to fight against their escape, pulling them back with invisible tendrils. In a heart-stopping moment, they broke free from the clutches of the ancient terror, emerging gasping for air on the surface. The abandoned underwater city vanished beneath the waves, as if returning to its eternal slumber. The lone survivor returned to land, forever haunted by the horrors witnessed beneath the waves. They carried with them the weight of the lost souls and the grim knowledge of the ancient underwater city's malevolence, vowing never to reveal its exact location, for fear that it might unleash its terror upon the world once again. And so, the secrets of the abandoned underwater city remained locked away in the depths, a chilling reminder of the unknown horrors that lurk beneath the ocean's surface, waiting for the next curious souls to awaken them from their eternal sleep. Story 3. The Wailing Depths. The sun hung low on the horizon, casting long shadows across the quiet beach. It was a picturesque evening, the kind that lures people to the shores, seeking solace and beauty. However, beneath the shimmering surface of the ocean, an ancient evil stirred, waiting to unveil its malevolence upon the unsuspecting world. At the heart of this tale, we find ourselves on the small fishing village of Raven's Cove, nestled along a desolate stretch of coastline. The village thrived on its abundant catches from the sea, drawing sustenance and prosperity from the very waters that concealed their darkest fears. Legend had it that long ago, the village had made a pact with an ancient sea deity, granting them bountiful harvests in exchange for an annual tribute. Each year, on the night of the blood moon, the villagers would offer a maiden as sacrifice, binding their destinies to the unpredictable whims of the deep. As the blood moon loomed, casting an eerie crimson glow across the sky, a young woman named Eliza found herself at the center of this chilling ritual. With her raven locks cascading over her shoulders, and eyes as deep as the abyss, Eliza possessed a haunting beauty that had captivated the hearts of the village's young men. Whispers of the sea's wrath reached her ears, but Eliza was not one to succumb to superstition. She believed the legends to be mere fables spun by fearful minds. That night, she walked along the moonlit shoreline, unaware of the horror that awaited her. As the villagers gathered around the ancient sacrificial altar, the sea began to churn and writhe. A deafening silence fell upon Raven's Cove as a colossal creature, black as the night itself, emerged from the depths. It towered over the horizon, its monstrous form silhouetted against the moon. The sea deity, enraged by the village's complacency and their sacrilegious doubt, unleashed its fury upon the land. The ground shook as monstrous waves crashed upon the shore, swallowing homes and livelihoods with insatiable hunger. Eliza, sensing the encroaching danger, sprinted toward the village, her heart pounding in her chest. Panic filled the air as the villagers scattered, desperately seeking refuge from the wrath of the sea. Amidst the chaos, Eliza stumbled upon an old fisherman named Jonah, who had long served as a guardian of the village's secrets. Jonah, with his weathered face etched with lines of wisdom, beckoned Eliza to follow him. Together, they ventured into the darkened streets, guided by a flickering lantern and an unwavering determination to quell the ocean's rage. Through narrow alleyways and crumbling ruins, they raced against time, dodging debris and the monstrous tentacles that thrashed about. The village was drowning, consumed by the wrath of the deity they had dared to challenge. At the heart of the village, within a dilapidated temple, Jonah and Eliza discovered a hidden chamber. Ancient runes adorned the walls, and an altar of shimmering coral stood at its center. Jonah revealed to Eliza the forbidden knowledge that he had guarded for so long, the true way to appease the sea deity. Risking their lives, they ignited a sacred incense, releasing its fragrant tendrils into the air. They chanted incantations passed down through generations, their voices blending with the cries of the anguished sea. Suddenly, the temple trembled, as if acknowledging their desperate plea. The sea raged outside, but within the chamber, a profound stillness settled. The deity's wrath receded, as if lulled by the ancient melodies echoing through the temple's sacred halls. With trembling hands, Jonah and Eliza stepped outside, their eyes gazing upon a transformed village. The once devastated streets now lay calm, the sea's fury abated. The night sky, once crimson with foreboding, turned serene and starlit. The sacrifice was averted, and the village learned a hard lesson about the perils of complacency. Eliza became the guiding light of Raven's Cove, urging her fellow villagers to respect the power of the sea, to honor its mysteries while treading its waters with caution and reverence. The ocean horror that had gripped their lives remained a haunting memory, a reminder of the price of arrogance. And thus, in Raven's Cove, the villagers lived on, ever watchful of the depths that had nearly claimed their souls, forever respecting the turbulent beauty of the eternal sea.